8357. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you old son of a gun. What are you up to? Yeah. Yeah. Ha ha ha. You old son of a sea cook, you. Yeah, I told you I'd be in touch with you, you prick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it worked out. Yeah, it worked out, buddy. Yeah. Because I covered my gosh dang ass. Why? I covered myself in both ways, you know, no matter what happened. That's none of your damn business. Yeah. You what? Yeah, well, I'm in a lot of trouble on that, but everything else is working out pretty well. Let's not discuss it, okay, buddy? Yeah, how's the family? Yeah, do you think you can get up to Jersey? No, that's all bullshit. Yeah, that's all bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, he said he was going to. He said he was going to. Back when I lived in Mantua, and I don't want to discuss what happened in Mantua because I was 10 fucking goddamn million years behind where I am now in my thinking, and discussing it is ridiculous. I had no idea what was going on. I had a million people around me intentionally trying to confuse me on the issue. Well, because they had something to gain by my loss, that's why. Yeah, well, I knew someone had said that, and it reminds me of someone else with a similar name. And boy, does she feel the same way. Holy God. Yeah. Oh, I could put it away, I suppose. Yeah. Well, when are you going to come over and I'll give you a goddamn demonstration of it? Yeah. I suppose I could. I suppose I could, pal. No, it doesn't work that way. I'll tell you how it works, but you'd never believe me in a million years. No, you'd never believe me in a million years, you son of a bitch. Because you got look, Benny, you got your own ideas, and you're very stubborn. You're a lot like my members in my family, very stubborn, strong-willed, very opinionated, and at the same time you deny it. Most opinionated people admit to their opinionization. Yeah, why don't you go eat a piece of poison? No, I never said that. Don't lie about me. No, I never told that to Shorty, and if Shorty told you that, it's not your fault. It just means Shorty's lying. Yep. Yeah, well, that's where it led. Yeah, that's where it led. Would you do me a favor and go to hell? I mean, come on, I don't need this. Now, I had an argument a number of months ago with what's his name? I can't think of his. No, I always get you and Shorty and Benny. I get you both mixed up all the time. No, well, that's what I told back in September. I was telling that other son of a bitch from Miami. No, I don't think it has anything to do with those fart-ass slobs from Voorhees. Would you do me a favor and shut up? No. Let's not accuse people. We have no evidence to back it up with. Yeah. Well, I figured I win one way or I win the other way. All my life, things were designed and engineered and constructed around me so that no matter which side of the coin, you know, it flips. It says I lose, you lose. You know. Well, you know, so I found a way to get rid of that coin and get another coin. I mean, at least it gives me a 50-50 chance. Yeah, right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, I bought one for all the good it did, although I do have to kick myself in the ass because I didn't really do everything in my power to make it successful. I mean, I dropped the ball, so I had several fumbles on that. Look, if you kid yourself in this life, you're a fool. Now, I dropped the ball several times, and the other goddamn team fucking TD'd, and they deserved it. So I lose 6 fucking points. Trouble is, this isn't college. I didn't lose 6 points, I lost my ass. I lost everything I had in gold, in the big gold rush of '79. I lost a nice expensive home that'd be worth about $150,000 in Mantua. You know, I lost 20-some thousand dollars when I bought that HUD project, and no. Patterson had nothing to do with it. No. Yeah, no. Well, if you don't want to believe me, you come over here, and I'll play you tapes of it, and yeah, you're a nut. Yeah, no, I could. You sound like these scumbags that I've talked to before. If I'm able to prove it, then you know, who the fuck are you going to tell me I can't prove it? Yeah. Yeah, well, who the fuck are you to tell me I can't prove it? I'm sitting here on top of it. Don't tell me what I can and can't do, jitbag. Yeah, it'll go away in time, I guess. You have to have a little faith in something. Don't you believe in anything? Well, if you don't believe in your fucking self, why do you get up in the damn morning? Why don't you fucking take a fucking bottle of goddamn tranquilizers at night and don't wake the hell up the next day? No. I don't give a shit what you saw on TV. Stick your TV out your anus. No, you don't impress me. You don't impress me. Yeah. Well, you know how the story began. I mean, this is kind of silly. I never had an air conditioning problem. It was all a made-up lie way back. I never even had an air conditioner. Shut up. No, I never even had an air conditioner there, and I made up a lie for personal reasons why I made up a lie. They're none of your business. And I told a lie to the landlord about something, and no. I don't want to hear about Atlantic City. Go to hell. I just had a very grueling conversation not a week ago with Corporal Adams, and no, I don't need to rehash this fucking bullshit. No, he did not. Yeah, no, he did not. He's trying to fucking build something that'll do the trick, Hey, more power to him. Let's be realistic. What kind of money is he working on? And who's going to give him grants once they find out? What if I were to call up and expose him and say, here's what he's really working on? How fast would they shut him down? Don't you know they could adapt his research and no. People are too damn scared of that kind of shit because of the bomb. Look, yeah. No. I'm working on something that would neutralize the effect of it, but no, you can stick the Nobel Prize so far out your fucking ass it comes out the cavities of your teeth. No, I never said that, buddy. No, why do you have to get nasty? Why do you have to get nasty about it? I don't give a fucking hell what George says. George was a total fucking jerk-off. He doesn't belong on Earth. He belongs in a big stew pot, melting and burning away for an eternity and a half. Yeah. Well, you're entitled to your opinions. I guess this is still America. You tell me. When I was over there in Atco, it happened, but I don't want to discuss it. Let's drop it, all right? No, I think that phony doctor was either paid off. No, I know that lawyer was paid off. He knows that. I could give you names of every lawyer in the state and every doctor in the state that are in with this fucking conspiracy. The same fucking people that killed Kennedy, the same fucking people that killed Jack and Bobby, the same. No. You try to break this fucking thing up, and you'll be holding up a goddamn 37-story skyscraper in Chicago. Shut up. You can no, you can't beat these fucking people. Why don't you? I've been the victim of these motherfucking scumbags for years and years. I know what I'm talking about, buddy. Anytime they want to do something to you, they can do it. they can get away with it, and you can't do one thing. If you try to go to the authorities with it, they'll laugh you out of police. Look, I've been laughed out of police stations. I've been laughed out of court. I've been laughed out of state police barracks. I've been laughed out of utility offices. No, no. You know, one guy said, why don't you get a job working for Star Trek? I said, look, you know, if you want to treat me like fucking shit, fine. I'm telling you these goddamn things are happening. Don't insult me, you motherfucking pig. What? Yeah. Yeah, well, it's because I basically, I can tell you the whole fucking plot and the whole thing. You'd have to go back to the very beginning of this. You first of all, you'd have to unlearn everything you know. You'd have to totally unlearn that anything about life on Earth has to be totally unlearned. You have to totally forget it all. Totally. No, I'm not trying to be a wise guy. If I were to try to give you even the slightest amount of elucidated details on this, you would first have to forget almost everything you've ever learned on Earth. Because this whole thing is a game and a bunch of bullshit. And as long as you maintain belief in these illusions as you perceive them, you know, I couldn't begin to tell you what's really going on. I couldn't begin to explain to you that there are people, for lack of better words, called existors. And these existors, you know, I'm not going to get into the details of it, but they had a disagreement among them. And this disagreement got worse and worse, and there's no way to explain it to you, except, of course, naturally, as in any place, anywhere, people disagree. It leads to fighting, and it leads to war, and it led to a war. Now, to go into the details of it would require 1,000,000 hours and 1,000,000, you know, an awful high IQ, and I don't have the time, and you don't have the IQ. It wouldn't help. It wouldn't help. Always learn to recognize a sinking ship. Look, you're not wearing a captain's bar. You ain't got no hat on there, says Captain. Why not jump ship and swim to fucking shore if it's within a few miles? Why go down with a goddamn whirlpool into the damn deep? That's dumb. Only dumb people do shit like that. No, if you can't learn to recognize a burning fucking fire and get the hell out while you can, you know someone's going to slam the door shut in 5 minutes, the door's made of steel, and you're going to burn up in there. You got 5 minutes. You want to sit in there and say, oh boy, this is fun. I wonder what's going to happen when they shut the door. Then you're a total fucking jerk-off, in my opinion. I don't know. My God, you can do anything you want to do, but don't push shit down my goddamn throat. No, I don't. I have no way of radio communicating with those people. No. You know, I know who's feeding you this. It's either stinking Professor Jackson. I told him I'm going to come down to Florida and break his neck one day. Either he's feeding you shit, or Captain Heller's feeding you shit. And the only reason he's pissed off at me is because his mother thinks I slighted her, and his mother slighted me and my mother on a deal in '83. And if anyone was in the wrong, it was them, because she tried to get a lawyer, and the lawyer told her to go fuck herself because the lawyer told her you don't have a case against them. Now that could be one thing. I'm sure nothing helped. Nothing George did ever help the situation. I don't give a shit what these German fucking people when they're goddamn fucking... No, I don't care what kind of particle accelerators or colliders you build. That's all bullshit. The whole thing is all bullshit because you're... Yeah. No, I'm not going broke worrying about you. Fuck you. Look, I've got bigger fish to fry. I've got big problems. Nothing I can't work out, but I don't need hassle. That's what I told Jackson not long ago. I said, don't call me, well, I called him actually, but sometimes he called me. I said, look, don't call me and hassle me. I'll tell you anything you want to know within reason. But don't try to fucking pump my ass and give me a lot of shit. I'm not in the mood for this. If you want to be a friend, fine. If you want to be a guy like Dave and fuck me, then fuck you. The most selfish fucking bastard on this earth. All he ever thinks about is how can I fucking take everything from everybody. He's a schemer. He figures out every little fucking thing about everything and everybody so he can get his way. He's the most selfish bastard on earth. And no. Who told you that, you son of a cocksucker? Who told you that? Who told you that? That goddamn fucking weasel friend of the... Yeah, no, see, you don't understand. You don't have your facts straight. Do you know what Joseph Stalin said during the Second World War, buddy? No, I'm asking you a question, pal. Look, don't be a smartass or I'll fucking put the phone down. Do you know what Joe Stalin said before he got his ass kicked during the Second World War? He said, if I could have Hollywood for a few months, I could take over this world without using any weaponry at all. No, they've got a million ways to fuck with you. And don't think you have to be watching TV or listening to the radio. You could be outside walking down the street. They could beam all kinds of shit at you constantly at levels that you can't see and hear, and it goes into your subconscious where you can be controlled. No, there's a place called Fort Meade, Maryland, and it's called the National Security Agency. These dirty fucking bastards think they have the right to proclaim anyone they want in the United States a direct domestic enemy, and once you're on their list, they can do anything and everything in their power to make your life a living, miserable hell day to day until you finally end up committing suicide. They want you to die by your own hand and thereby lose any credibility in case you told anybody anything. No, well, I've covered myself too much. I've covered myself too damn much. I've got people in the prosecutor's office. I've got people... No, I've got people you don't even know about. You better keep your mouth shut. Look, I don't like you insinuating things like this. I just got done telling you that, yeah, but a house divided amongst itself, against itself or whatever, doesn't stand, buddy. You can't fucking cut off one hand, off your body, and then, take your other hand and use it to your advantage. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. No, let me tell you what happened, and it's got nothing to do with Jimmy Carter, except, as you know, Jimmy Carter got a real roll into the deal. Jimmy Carter got fucked. Right before I wrote him a letter to tell him what happened in May, that they wanted to try to bring him into the bank of crooks and criminals. They wanted to try to use that scandal, Jimmy Carter is a philanthropist. He's always doing good things for people. He's one of the nicest, kindest people that was ever fucking born in this world. And I will not have you or anyone else slandering the poor guy. There's a guy next to Abraham Lincoln who should go down in history as the second greatest president in the United States. All this Republican filth over the last 12 years, they have all the answers. All they care about is making the rich richer and making slaves out of every other son of a bitch. Now, you can believe anything you want. I know you're a staunch Republican, and I don't happen to give a fuck. So is Dave, and I don't give a fuck about Dave. No, I never insinuated that 99% of the people in the service are. I don't care what Look, Corporal Adams is a fucking pathological fucking liar, buddy. Corporal Adams is a pathological liar. The only reason he maintains his status in the fucking Marine Corps is no. Just like in that goddamn Gomer Pyle USMC. Just like in Gomer Pyle USMC. Exactly like in the movies. He's got a sergeant that he bunks with. They're both a couple of queers. They keep it quiet. And he blows the sergeant, and the sergeant blows him. And that's the only reason he stays in. Otherwise, top brass would have gotten his ass out of the service a long time ago. Now look. Shut up. No, I did not even insinuate that. All I said is I don't care how you want to look at it. If you study my credit history, you'll see that I got all my credit in 1978 and in the first half of 1979. If you study the commodities I bought when I was trading with Merrill Lynch, you'll see that I bought gold and palladium in the late summer and again in the early autumn. You'll also see that I bought 2 homes in the early 80s, the late 70s and early 80s. Now, if that doesn't convince you that I already know what's going to happen in the future, I already knew which metals were going to go up, I already knew which that properties were going to go up three or four times in 10 years, and I also knew that the Dow Jones Industrial Averages were going to, for the first time, go over 1,000 points. They've been under 1,000 points ever since the goddamn stock market was invented. Now, if you don't believe me, you ask somebody named Diana Ross. Because she'll fucking tell you that I told her when she was just a kid to buy stock, to buy the Dow Jones average somewhere in the early 1980s. They would trade it on the commodity system, and it would be called a value line. And I told her to buy that goddamn value line. I think it was 1982. And I told her to buy that value line and just hold on to that value line. And that value line has gone up, 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 up for 10 solid fucking years. No, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. There's another movie busting my balls, by the way. For 10 to 15 years, they've had records and movies and, oh, you name it, sitcoms. I can never enjoy going to a movie, watching a sitcom, watching any serial on TV, listening to records. I can never enjoy it because someone's always teasing, someone's always making fun of me, teasing, stealing, ripping me off. Well, that's where they get the majority of their ideas. They hook up to people, they dish into people that they think are of maximum interest for supplying them with fresh ideas so they can make money. See, the capitalistic society, there's nothing wrong with it. But like every other system, it's designed for a maximum time point. After that time point is exceeded, it outlives its usefulness and becomes more negative than does positive. Now there's only a few people out there, and they want to rule the world and make slaves out of everybody else. Now, if you don't want to believe that, that's fine. That's no better than the Russian system ever was. And don't ever tell me that the Russians were communists, because that's bullshit. Communist comes from the word commune, and that comes from the word community. It implies equally dividing the land and equally dividing the world's goods. There's never been a system on earth that has had real true communism. Russia is a lot of shit. They were a bunch of liars. Ever since the fucking czars. Well, I don't care what George says. I don't know. I don't care what any of them say. They're lying. And they have they have the ability to fucking make up all kinds of lies. No. You have no idea what kind of power they have. They can be planning the fucking death of somebody, and then at the same time they can be planning the cover-up across the hall. Look, I'm going to tell you something. And I've never told this to another fucking person, and that includes Professor Jackson. I was born Serenus Arthur Jones somewhere in the spring of 2253. When I was 48 years old in the year 23-1, somewhere in the mid-late summer, I think it was the end of July. No, I think it was the middle or the end of August. I really don't remember. These fucking dirty bastards thought it was, well, I don't want to get into it because, see, Lenny McKinnon's involved in this. Lenny McKinnon's his great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson. His name is what's his name? Willett G. McKinnon, and he's on the cabinet. He's one of the cabinet staffers of the New World Order. Now, when I say the New World Order, I'm talking about after the Third World War. See, you got to remember, everybody always believed the Third World War was going to be, an accident. The Third World War has been planned for approximately 17, maybe 18 years now. It's being planned. They even used Hussein. They had a way of forcing Hussein to do what he did. They love these people like Hussein. They love these people like Gaddafi. Don't ever let the news media bullshit you. They're using them. They know exactly what they're doing. And as soon as they don't need them anymore, they'll disappear off this earth so fast. No. Now, who fed you that fucking line of turd? Who fed you that goddamn line of talk? You know, that reminds me, Professor Jackson told me about 6 months ago in the fall of 91, he said something about nuclear waste. I said, you don't need nuclear waste. You don't need to, you know, you can make all the plutonium you want, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. You can generate electricity. I don't care what you do. You can split the atom and you can do this and that, but you do not have to generate nuclear waste. There is a way of recycling that nuclear waste, and there is a way of making it profitable. But it's a very dangerous thing. It's more dangerous than the waste. It basically is, if people understood the technology of recycling nuclear waste, backward countries would be able to build small versions of not only A bombs but H bombs. Now, I'm not going to sit here and discuss why they're covering that up. It takes no genius to see why they're covering it up, pal. If every country on Earth had the ability to grab nuclear waste, I mean, all of a sudden, you know, oh, gee, everyone doesn't want nuclear waste around. Oh, all of a sudden, all these third world countries are going to be sending people around. Oh, we'll buy your nuclear waste once they learn how to recycle it into just the right thing to build nuclear weapons. No, I don't mean nuclear waste that you get when you don't get that. I'm talking about power stations. I'm talking about experiments. I'm not talking about when you actually drop a bomb. I'm talking about nuclear waste that you get from, say, a nuclear power facility. Look, I don't want to talk about this shit. You have no idea how powerful nuclear power is. You have no concept of it. I built a tiny little pair of shoes with a little air compressor, and I built a little belt with a little air compressor on each side of it. When I was about 23 years old, I still have those shoes and that belt locked in a big metal box. I've been carrying it with me everywhere I've lived in a lot of places since I was 23. I was living in Blackwood, New Jersey when I was 23, but that's none of your business. Now, where I live is none of your where I lived in the past is none of your goddamn business. What I'm trying to do is tell you that I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning when no one was around, put on that belt, put on those shoes, jump in the air and fucking fly without any airplane or anything else. And it wasn't like I had a big rocket belt on me like they wear in NASA. I'm saying it's just a nice thick pair of shoes and a nice thick belt. The shoes were used to propel me. The belt was used, to keep me in a horizontal position. Otherwise, the force of gravity, would force you tumbling down. Now, this is just one little idea that helps me make the point when I tell you, you have no idea what nuclear power can do, how powerful it is. No. You could reach the speed of light in a year. You can reach the speed of light in a year. When you go out in space, it doesn't work like a car. When you step on the gas pedal on your car and let go, you'll stop sooner or later. You'll coast for a while, but you'll stop. You step on the gas in space, you keep right on going unless you meet up with some other counteracting force. No. So you can build some kind of a nuclear powered ship that'll keep you putting along, and each putt makes you go faster, and then another putt makes you go faster, and each one makes you go faster. You could build up to almost the speed of light. But don't forget, the faster you go, the more massive you become. No, you don't necessarily get larger as much as you get denser. Well, it's very complicated. Very complicated. At different percentages of the constant, which is light velocity in a vacuum, you'll experience different changes in mass as well as compression ratio to density. No. The point is, it would expend all your fuel when you reach about 80 or 90% of the speed of light just to be able to go another percent faster. You'd never be able to get enough fuel. You'd never be able to get enough power together to quite reach it, because just as you're getting up on it, you'd become so massive you'd never be able to do it. It's a cosmic speed limit. There's never going to be a ship out in space that'll actually be traveling at hyperlight. That's bullshit. That's all bullshit. Now there is a way of going much, much, much faster, but no, I'm not going to get into that with you. Why should I sit here and tell a real fucking perfect example of a total jerk off? Things that you got no business knowing about. No. It's called distance elimination. A distance elimination chamber, it works just like the airports work in the 20th century. If you want to travel from one city to another city, first of all, they scan between one point and another, get the exact distance and the exact angle, and then they set up an electromagnetic field along it makes fiber optics look like piss, but they have a way of setting up an electromagnetic field through the air. It's very, very complicated for me to explain to you. It's not really complicated at all, but to try to explain it is. Now they set up an electromagnetic field of energy. Now in that electromagnetic field of energy, you have what's called absolute subatomic particles. Some spin to the left, some spin to the right. You can bombard these particles so close to each other that you could actually travel distances you could not want to imagine. Hundreds, thousands, even millions, even hundreds of millions of light years. Well, you see, everybody thinks space is empty. It's made up of atoms, and there's so many atoms in an atom, you couldn't even begin to understand it. An atom stands for the word absolute subatomic particle. Nothing can be smaller, and nothing can spin faster. Well, no, things slow up as they get larger, they have to slow up. But they're so tiny, they can go faster than light. Well, if you understood what light is, you'd understand what time is, and you'd understand what dimension is. No, it's got nothing to do with the speed of light squared. The speed of light squared and the speed of light divided by... No. See, you got things all fucked up as usual. Why you like to talk about these things, I'll never understand. It's got absolutely nothing to do with it. Energy equals mass times the speed of light times the speed of light. And mass equals energy divided by the speed of light divided by the speed of light. That's all. That's got nothing to do with any of this. No, well, a lot of equations were born from that. It's an equation that has total validity to it. Some people say it's a theory. It's not a theory. It's not a theory. People have gone up with little sports clocks, chronometers up in big Boeing 747s, and they can actually watch their sports clocks run a little bit faster. The little microseconds will run a little bit faster as the plane is accelerating and gaining in altitude. But then as soon as it decelerates and reduces its altitude, the time goes back again to normal. Whatever you lost, you gain it back. No, I'm not getting into that with you. I'm not getting into bullshit with you. No. I don't care what he said. Fuck him, fuck the mayor, fuck that other guy. Yeah, he's got the biggest mouth there. Yeah. He's a big mouth. All he knows how to do is cause trouble. Look, no, I don't want to discuss it. Why do you care about how you can eliminate distance? Eliminating distance is nothing more than taking the atoms in an electromagnetic field and pushing them closer together. That's all. No. To compress, no, you increase density, which will decrease mass. If you take the moon and you compress it, you take all the air out, and you just compress the atoms together, you could make the moon 10 feet in diameter. How long would it take you to walk around it? No. You could be 20 galaxies away in a split second. Look, I don't want to discuss it. No, I don't want to discuss distance elimination. I don't want to discuss any of this with you. I've gotten into a lot of trouble discussing things because you tell people things. No, I mean, I told you and Ray Young about parallel event, and both of you stabbed me in the cunt. No, I don't know. He treated me like fucking dirt, and then he opens up his mouth and tells people, and then I get in a lot of trouble. I've gotten thrown off jobs. Look, I've gotten thrown off jobs. I've had my cars destroyed. I've had sabotage done to my cars. I have helicopters and planes following me everywhere I go and bothering me at home. I have things. They have a way of using germ warfare and making you get sick, giving you heart arrhythmias and horrible shit attacks. Do you know what AIDS is? Did you ever hear of AIDS before the early 80s? AIDS is top secret U.S. government population control. And they're going to come up with other ideas too, to try to get rid of the riffraff. No. AIDS is their #1 germ warfare baby. They let that out on purpose to clean out the fags, but then they didn't stop to realize a lot of these fags are bi, and then from the bis they're getting a lot of the heterosexual people are getting it. Newborn babies are, no, they've been using germ warfare on the populace and on their own citizens for years. They've been harassing people in their own country for years. National Security Agency was established after the Second World War for one purpose: to try to figure out who might be an enemy of the country after the war ended during the Cold War. And it got out of control like the unions did, like anything starts out good, like the mafia. The mafia was a beautiful thing. It was designed 515 years ago to protect the little Italians in Italy against the great big governmental forces. And it got out of control and became a very wicked fucking thing. So I'm not sitting on judgment. But when people start fucking hurting me and pushing my life to the fucking dogs, I've had my whole life wrecked by these bastards. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I could tell you the two people that are responsible for... No, I could tell you the two people that are personally responsible for, what the big major events that are going to lead up to World War III and the end of time. Did you ever read the last book of your Bible, for Christ's sake? Yeah, did you? Well, you start reading it, motherfucker, and open up your eyes. You don't need me to tell you what to do. Come on, buddy. Yeah. No, it's all in there. It's all right in that book, pal. If you don't want to believe me, kiss my ass. I'm not going to sit here and get a sore throat trying to tell you what you have to believe. It's America. Believe whatever the fucking Christ you want. No. I don't know who's telling you this fucking shit. In the future, no. In the future, they don't do anything at all like that. And they have all the energy they need. They have electricity. They have all kinds of other things too that work similar. Now they just generate electricity a little differently, but it's still electricity. Why don't you shut up? No. That's bullshit. Yeah. No, they do not use neutronic gravity. Well, it depends on how you want to say it, It's a magnetic force. All you have to do is take advantage of the force. Everything is always being pulled down, right? Well, that's a force, and there's a way to capitalize on it. Neutronic gravity, they tried to use neutronic gravity to replace electricity. Didn't work. Well, no. Then they figured out how to generate electricity by using earth magnets. Yeah. Look, will you shut up and leave me alone? No. All AC generators and all these generators are electromagnets. Earth is a great big magnet, and in the Earth are great big pieces of things that are already magnetized. The energy's already in the magnet. No. Four corners with L's. Four corners with L's. You take a great big, just picture a great big box. You know, like a garden. You know, so obviously some people have indoor gardens, you know, maybe 3 or 4 foot square things, right? Well, just picture a great big box. And in the very center is a spinner. And it's got 2 bars on it. Okay? Four points going around. A vertical and a horizontal thing, and it meets in the middle, and it turns a shaft which goes down underneath and turns the turbine. At the very end of the four spinner pieces are solid iron tips. Then at the corner of each of the boxes, you have large, powerful bar magnets. The south poles are in a counterclockwise direction. The north poles are aligned in a clockwise direction. Now, the distance between the spinner and the north pole magnetic force has to be about 10%. You can utilize 10, maybe 15% of the north pole clockwise force. Any more than that, and you'd be compensated for. You'd be neutralized by the opposing south pole, which is going counterclockwise. So you're eliminating the distance triangularly between them if you draw lines triangularly. No. But you can only utilize a small amount of the force. Whatever the force just begins to start kicking in is what you can use. You can't use the full force of the field. Because if you did, as soon as it starts to spin a little bit, the south pole will kick right in. You have to eliminate the distance of the south pole. The north poles are set up on the magnet so that they'll continue a clockwise motion on the spinner tips, the iron tips. And the 2 south poles are on the corners. The north poles are extended away from the corner. It's like a boxing ring. A boxing ring has 4 corners, right? The south pole is right at the 2 corners. The north pole of these 2 it's like 2 L-shaped magnets, and there's 4 of them. There's 8 total magnets. 4 big L's, but they're 2 separate magnets. And the 2 south poles, are at the exact corners. The north poles are out on the polarities. They're on the polarity end of it. Just enough to push, to keep the spinner moving around, that's all. But if you use too much of the field, then the south pole will be affected. You have to neutralize the distance of the south pole. You have to neutralize the counterclockwise effect of the south pole. The only way you can do it is distance. Distance is the only known method for doing that. Oh, well, extreme density, sure. But that's ridiculous. You could use the same technology of distance elimination, but why do it that way when all you have to use is distance itself? Why make something denser? Why make something so dense it weighs what the fucking Empire State Building weighs? That's ridiculous. You can compress anything. No. Pressure. No. You can pressurize anything. Will you shut up? How do you think a trash compactor works? Why don't you shut up? No big deal. None of these things are a big deal to people in the future. I know people for the 21st, second and third centuries personally. I know exactly how all these things work. I don't need you hassling me. No, I have my reasons, and they're none of your goddamn business, so don't try to pump me for information. Yeah. Don't try to pump me for information, you stupid shit. I've got enough personal problems. Yeah. Yeah. No. You know, I don't know who told you these fucking crazy things. I went there because I thought I could accomplish something, and when it didn't work, look, I learned years ago not to bang my head against a brick wall. Will you shut up and leave me alone? No, I don't knock myself out with things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could, buddy. I guess you could, pal. When did he say he'd come over? No, not Tuesday. No, you leave Tuesday alone. No, it's none of your business. No, he did not say that. It used to be Wednesday. I could prove why they changed from Wednesday to Tuesday, but I don't want to get some big shots in trouble and then have more enemies to deal with than I already have. Come on, leave me alone. Yeah. Look, I've got major personal problems, but you knock it off. I don't care what they do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, whatever.